Okay, today is February 27th, 2025. We're starting here about 5 minutes to 11, a little late after our executive session. But here we are at our next, I don't even know what number it is, but work session. So here we are, and I'll go right to the floor. If anybody would like to bring anything from the floor, come on up to the podium and state your name for the record.
Hello, Commissioners. Justin Cutler. I'm the operations manager over at Major Waste Disposal. Wanted to, I guess, maybe get some advice about what we should do or who we should try to talk to at the county landfill about the conditions of it, the safety of our employees and the safety of our vehicles. We keep tearing things up. Our trucks now, they used to be about $150,000 to buy, and we're spending upwards near $500,000 per piece of equipment. We want to try to come to some sort of working conclusion with everybody involved to try to make it I guess a better place for all the haulers to go into from a safety and a maintenance standpoint. I know I've lost track of how many tires and oil filters and fuel tanks and stuff that we've had to replace due to stuff from the working face of the hill coming up, piercing our equipment.
What's happening?
So there's been a lot of times to where when we go to back in where they want us to dump our trucks at, there's pieces of rebar and metal that, because we're backing over the garbage, the tire hits it and it pops it up, and then we've had oil filters, oil pans, and
So
fuel
trash
tanks.
from the truck before is still laying out on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's, I know it's wet outside right now, and that's what I try to tell I'm like, we're gonna have to work around this stuff. But we're having to, like the bulldozer operators are having to pull from the main road, pull our trucks into where they want us to dump at, let us back up, dump, and then hook back up to us and pull us all the way out back to the road again, so that way we could get out. I've been to a couple other landfills that, seem to operate a little differently. One in Geneva that Waste Management owns. When you go, you have a spot to dump at, and it's marked off. Your tires don't go past this. Everything's easy getting in, getting out. We're not tearing anything up. But like I said, I just want to try to, I don't know who else to go to. I've tried to talk to Rumpke's representative. I've called and I've talked with Tim Gorley a couple times, and I don't seem to be getting anywhere to anybody.
So what response have they given you?
We know we're working on it is kind of what I don't know. I feel like it's kind of just a haphazard response. Just, I don't like to be a pain in someone's rear end. We're all here to do a job and go home at the end of the day, but I'm getting stuff from my guys, so I'm trying to, I guess, be their voice as well.
So forgive me, you're talking about, I'm on this board, but I haven't had a meeting yet, so. You're talking about a dump truck going out into the,
A trash truck, yeah.
a trash truck, sorry, going out into the landfill and just dumping and then the bulldozers take care of the rest, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And that
So
position constantly changes, right, as the dump fills?
yeah,
or-
his concerns are, sorry, I was talking to the sheriff. I will talk to Randy Roethlisberger, who's the director of the entire utility shop, see what we can do. I know we were just talking to Randy yesterday. We are uber busy out there. I'm not making excuses. Your concerns are valid, to see what we can't figure out there. Our user rate right now is crazy. So
Did we not just go for improvements to the bid contracts?
we had a contract that nobody bid on last week, just on a wheel cleaning station, just
Yeah,
the little stuff like
okay.
that. But I know we're investing a boat ton of resources out there. maybe not particularly enough clearly to address your concerns. So I'll talk to Randy this afternoon and make sure he gets with Tim. Tim is the superintendent at the site,
Right.
and see what we can.
So these aren't the roads leading into it, which, as I understand, the roads leading into it are horrible too.
Yes, yeah, it's because we're basically almost at the top of a, so you have an incline and then another incline that you have to go up. And that just, I've called Terry and Hill, if I tell him, hey, there's a safety issue on your main line, on your main road, he's usually pretty decent at getting out there within a 20, 30 minutes to fill it with stone, because our trucks are bottoming out trying to come off the hill, and we actually ripped a couple bumpers off of a few of them because the driver didn't see how deep it was.
And I think Randy and I just had this discussion yesterday. I think the working face is going to shift to the west shortly, closer to Bacon Road, if you will, from a geography perspective, and start that up, to your point about we're at the peak there. So I'm happy to run with this, get your info,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
get you guys some answers and some potential strategies and see what we can do.
Okay.
They're supposed to always have a secondary dump site, but I've never seen that.
Okay.
And I know it's tough, it's been, it's been like this forever. I mean, maybe 50 years, we've been house for 46 years, you come through this time of year, and it's bad, it's like this, but, I guess my one question too is, when that goes up for bid, and say Rumpke has it.
Sir, can you go to the mic, just
Yeah, I'm
because we are
sorry.
recording this? Yeah.
When it goes up for bid, and Rumpke has a budget to work with, I don't know if that's true, how that works. And if they went ahead and purchased stone or something to put over the landfill, or make it better for us to unloading area to dump. I don't know if that's cutting into their profit. Could be.
I'll check into
I
that.
don't know how
We bid that. There's a compaction. I don't know all the variables
Yeah.
in that bid contract. Nonetheless, it's from a county. I'll speak from a public service perspective. We got to get that stuff fixed, Rumpke or not.
Yeah, I don't know how that all works,
Yeah.
but
We have a pretty responsive utilities department, and we work well with them. Like Commissioner Bever said, we have the solid waste board that you are now on, and this is the first meeting coming up.
Sure.
we need to open that baler bag up. And we're dumping on solid ground there. That was nice back in the day.
Yeah.
But then, I even brought up, I said, you know what, we'd pay $90 a ton if it was a good surface, and they're going to start I heard about the washout
Yeah.
possibly
We didn't
happening.
get any bid. Nobody bid on it.
Really?
Yeah, we had that opening last week, so Randy's going back to the drawing board on what we do there.
I went home and drilled some holes in some PVC pipe.
But Waste Management has a heck of a washout. That water just comes up, and the damage that does to trucks and the new wiring on trucks nowadays, the wires are so small, and it really damages the vehicles. And if there's a way to wash a vehicle, keep it clean, and but like I said, raise the dump fees. It's been that way forever, but if you raise the dump fees, now we're going to really demand a
Our
good
fees
flat
are,
pay.
to his point, our fees are market comparative low. I
Yeah,
think-
for sure.
I think, and you guys typically, we understand we don't like to raise fees because we try to make that a revenue neutral facility. It's run on an enterprise fund, so funds that go there stay there. But we also have our post-closure account that when we're all long gone, we have to maintain that perpetuity. So we need to, and I was talking about this yesterday with the director. He is looking at a fee strategy, and it's somewhat complicated because it's got to go through solid waste. There's a county component, there's an EPA component. Randy could correct me. There may be a host fee component, which is Painesville Township, and quite frankly, Perry straddles the line. So we're looking at all that right
Yeah.
now. I met with it yesterday. So
And we did bring up one time if they ever did increase the rate to make sure we got a good 6-month notice so we could pass that on beforehand. Yeah, that would be important.
Typically, we try to do those about this time to the summer with an effective rate of 1/1, whatever the next year is.
Yeah, okay.
Try to affect it up.
Are you the new hauler for Willowick?
Yes, sir.
So just hold on with those rates increases. So far, it's been really,
Are you guys
very
do
positive.
Willoughby too now? No,
We-
that's Kimball.
Kimball does, or Republic does Willoughby.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we, I'm assuming you live in Willowick?
I do.
Awesome, cool.
Which is why that's all he cares about is
We had Kimball for, that's 5 years.
Yeah,
So, and, but the transition was phenomenal.
good. Glad to hear that.
And we have recycle every week now, and it's, everyone's happy.
Yeah,
It's just-
that's good.
When it comes to garbage pickup, it's hard. I was the mayor for 7 years, so.
Right.
And, but yeah, that's the biggest complaint I get. But so far, so good. I was impressed that I was able to call, or my wife called, she runs the house, but
we don't.
and talk to a human being right off the bat. It was very nice on the phone.
Yeah.
Good.
That doesn't always happen in your industry. So,
Right, yeah.
but I was pretty impressed so far. So,
Awesome, thank you
but
so much.
I think, yeah, if you can give Jason your contact number
If you wouldn't
We'll
mind
get
writing
with,
down-
Randy.
Yeah, and I'll get with Randy. I texted Randy.
and get some answers, and maybe if we could get a plan, and maybe when you're on the board, you get a plan of what we can do moving forward with the safety
Yeah, we're
stuff.
happy to work, everyone work
Right.
together. I mean, you
Right,
know,
and that's,
just what
is
we
the
do.
solid waste board, is that a public thing, or like the meetings that you have?
It's a
Yeah.
public body. I'm trying to
Okay.
think, and Randy could, when we talk to Randy, what all solid waste districts are a creature of statute. I don't know if they'll get into this. This is more daily operations of what the commissioners want. I think solid waste committee is all the EPA ordinances and that sort of stuff, but nonetheless, it may be a topic for your, I think they meet once, twice a year. But yeah, those are public.
Okay,
So when you and I will connect, I'll let you know when all that goes down.
We've been dealing with the smell off the, apparently the houses next door
Thank you.
said the dump smells, and apparently they don't like the answer. Well, you built your house there. They don't like that. So. We
absolutely.
spent a lot of money lately, over $3 million on
Millions of bucks.
new wells and the new burn-off tube, the eternal
Yeah,
flame.
we took
I call
over
it.
the methane
Right.
collection there from the private vendor we had. We've dug a bunch more wells for the methane side. We have the
If you
equivalent.
guys run your trucks on methane gas, we got a source.
That would be nice.
All right, well, I'll get commissioners and I'll get with Randy, and one of us will circle back and figure out what we can do.
Okay, thank you so much.
Appreciate you
Commissioners,
bringing that
thank
up.
you.
Appreciate
I
you coming in.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I would ask anybody else, but anything we want to bring up? Or up here, John.
I'm good for now.
Good. I think we've got our allotted time in. So
But we have to go 15 minutes?
10 now. We changed it.
Oh, nice.
So I will.
Anything else? I'm trying to think anything else we have staff-wise.
What do you want? Grill Zach over the budget?
No, don't do that. He's got all week. He's got all weekend to study up.
Not let anybody spend anything this week. So with that, I'll call this meeting adjourned.